welcome to my channel. In previous video we had discussed about the flow of viscous fluid through the circular pipe. Today we will discuss flow of viscous fluid between two parallel fixed plates. So without any further delay, let's get started. So here are the two plates arranged horizontal and parallel to each other. They are separated by distance of t. Okay. This is a rectangular fluid element with a length dx and height dy, and its thickness is 1 unit. Okay. So for the derivation of this topic we have to take some assumptions. So the following are the assumptions. First, the fluid is steady. That means the velocity remains constant and acceleration is 0. Second is fluid is incompressible. Okay. And third, that is del P by del X is the pressure gradient is constant. Okay. Why this is constant? Because the velocity is constant. Okay. So now let us consider a rectangular fluid element having length dx and height dy and thickness as 1 unit. As I had told, the parallel plates are separated by a distance t and the plates are kept horizontal. Okay. So I will show. So this is an rectangular fluid element and these are the horizontal parallel fixed plates. They are separated by a distance t. Okay. So the direction of flow is in positive x direction. So the forces in the positive x direction are taken as positive and the forces in the opposite direction to the flow are taken as negative. Okay. So this P is the pressure acting on the surface 1. Let I will name this as the surface 1 and this as surface 2. Okay. So P is the pressure acting on the surface 1, and by moving the distance dx the pressure will increase by some amount, and we will see how much amount the pressure is increased. Okay. So this is the rectangular fluid element. So in the front view we can see this element as a simple rectangle. Okay. So now by dividing this rectangle into small strips we see like this. Okay. So let's say for this small element the pressure is del P and the length is del X. Okay. So the pressure on this small element will be given by del P by del X. Okay. And the whole total length of this element is dx. So for this element, for the whole element, the pressure will increase by del P by del X into dx. Okay. I will show properly. For small length dx we have pressure del P. Okay. Now for total length, that is complete derivative of this dx, we have how much pressure? We want to find this. So this term will come here and this term will go in multiplication. So we will get del P by del X into dx. So this is the increase in the pressure by moving in dx length. Okay. So this will be P plus del P by del X into dx. I hope you understood. So this is the pressure. Now we know as the fluid is viscous, so there will be a viscous force also. Okay. As we had studied in the fundamentals of machine design, that is, if we apply a force to a rectangular element or any element like this, then this element will deform by angle theta. Okay. Means there will be a shear stress in positive x direction and a shear stress which oppose this deformation will be in the negative x direction. Okay. So this shear stress are opposite in direction and always acts on the surface. The same concept will apply here. So tau is acting in the negative x direction, and by moving dy distance there will be a tau plus del tau by del y into dy stress which is acting in positive x direction. Okay. So this is an shear stress. Now how this equation, that is tau plus del tau upon del y into dy had came, I will show. The same concept will be used. Okay. So I will show here. If we see this element from the front, we will see the simple rectangle. Okay. So now we will divide this element into small horizontal strips. Let's say the length of this small strip will be del y, and the pressure we are talking about shear stress. Okay. And the shear stress acting on this strip will be del tau. Okay. That means, and this is the total length as dy. That means for small length, let's say for del y length, the stress acting is delta. Okay, now we want to find for dy. So for dy, how much stress will be there? So this term will go downwards and this term will go in multiplication, and we get del tau by del y into dy. So this is the increase in the stress if we move distance dy in upward. Okay, so tau plus del tau by del y into dy will act in positive x direction, and only tau shear stress will act in negative x direction. This concept came from here. Okay, so now we will see the Navier-Stokes equation. Now according to the Navier-Stokes equation, the resultant force in the direction of flow can be written, that is Fx. Here x is the direction of flow, so we had taken Fx. So Fx equals to Fxp plus Fxg plus Fxv. Okay, so what is Fxp? That is pressure force in the direction of the flow. What is Fxg? That is gravitational force in the direction of the flow. And what is Fxv? That is viscous force in the direction of the flow. Okay, now if we neglect the gravitational force, then we have the equation Fx equals to Fxp plus Fxv. Now why we will neglect this gravitational force? Because the plates are kept here horizontal. Okay, so the plates are horizontal and the fluid flowing between these plates are also in horizontal. So as we know, the gravitational force acts in the vertical direction, that is in vertically downward direction. So we can neglect the gravitational force because the plates are kept horizontal and the fluid is also flowing through the plates in horizontal direction. So we can neglect the gravitational force. So by neglecting the force, gravitational force, we get Fx equals to Fxp plus Fxv. So from this equation we got a hint that we have to find the pressure force and the viscous force. So first we will see the pressure force. So what will be the pressure force on surface 1? It will be F1 equals to pressure into area of the surface 1. So here we have the length of surface 1 as dy and thickness as 1 unit. Okay, this thickness is 1 unit. So it will be length into breadth. So dy into 1. Okay, so it will be dy into 1. Now we will see pressure force on surface 2. So F2 equals to P plus del P by del x into dx into area. What will be the area of surface 2? So here we have length as dy and thickness as 1 unit. So length into breadth. So dy into 1. So we got the pressure force. So now we will find the viscous force. Okay. So now what is viscous force? Viscous force is nothing but the shear force. Okay. So on the bottom surface, shear force is given by this tau into area. Okay, because we know that shear stress tau is given by resisting force per unit area. So the shear force is equals to tau into area. So shear force will be this tau into the area of this bottom surface. So the length of bottom surface is dx and its thickness is 1 unit. So area will be dx into 1. But as this tau is in negative x direction, so force will be negative. So Fs1 equals to tau into area, that is dx into 1, and this will be negative. Okay. Now we will see the shear stress on the top surface. So shear force on the top surface is given by Fs2 equals to, so here tau plus del tau by del y into dy will acting in positive x direction. Okay, so this is the shear stress, and what will be the area? The length of top surface is dx and its thickness is 1 unit, so dx into 1. So this Fs1 is the shear force acting in the negative x direction, and Fs2 is the shear force acting in positive x direction. So we now have the pressure force and the shear force. Now let's put this in the equation number 2. Okay. Now before that, as we had assumed that the flow is steady, okay, flow is steady, that means acceleration is 0, and as acceleration is 0, that means according to Newton's second law, F equals to ma. Now as acceleration is 0, so we can say that force is equals to 0. So the summation of resultant force in the x direction we can take as 0. Okay. So now we have the equation 2 as Fx equals to Fxp plus Fxv. So as this summation Fx is taken as 0, so we can write here as 0 equals to, what is the pressure force? That is P into dy in the direction of the flow minus P plus del P by del x into dx into dy in the opposite direction of the flow, okay, plus the shear stress tau plus del tau by del y into dy into dx in the positive direction of the flow minus tau into dx in negative direction of the flow, okay. So this is equals to 0. Now P dy, opening this bracket, we get minus P into dy minus del P by del x into dx into dy plus tau plus del tau by del y into dy into dx, here also dx, opening this bracket, we get dx into tau plus del tau by del y into dy into dx minus tau into dx. So this plus P dy minus P dy gets cancelled, this minus tau into dx plus tau into dx gets cancelled, so we get 0 equals to minus del P by del x into dx dy plus del tau by del y into dy dx. So by multiplying with minus, we get del P by del x into dx into dy minus del tau by del y into dy into dx equals to 0. Now moving this term on the RHS, we get del P by del x into dx into dy equals to del tau by del y into dy dx. So this dy and dx gets cancelled. So we get this del P by del x equals to del tau by del y, okay. Now according to Newton's law of viscosity, we have tau equals to mu into del u by del y. So now substituting this tau in above equation, this equation number 3, okay. So we will substitute this tau in equation number 3, we get del P by del x equals to del by del y into mu into del u by del y. Now as this mu is constant, so taking out of the derivation, so we get del P by del x into mu into del square u by del y square, okay. So from this equation we can say we will get the velocity distribution. So first we are getting here velocity distribution. Okay. So this del square u by del y square, taking on one side, we get 1 upon mu into del P by del x, okay. So now the process of finding the velocity distribution begins. So now if we integrate this term, integrating above equation, we get del square u by del y square equals to 1 upon mu into del P by del x, okay. So here we will get, so this is the integration of second order derivative. So it will, so we will get the first order derivative by integrating the second order derivative. Okay, so here we will get del u by del y. Okay, so it is equals to, as 1 upon mu is constant, so taking out of the integration we get, and also del p by del x is constant, so taking out of the integration we get del p by del x into y plus c1. Okay, I will show again. Here we had integrated the above term, and this is the second order derivative. By integrating this term we get del u by del y. Okay, and here we are also integrating with del y, so we get 1 upon mu into del p by del x integrating with respect to y, so y plus c1. Okay, I hope you understood. So we have here del u by del y equals to 1 upon mu into del p by del x into y plus c1. So now again integrating, we get del u by del y integration, here we have 1 upon mu del p by del x into y plus c1 into del y with respect to y. If we integrate and derivate the same thing, then we get the thing only, that is here we will get the u, because here we had integrated and derivative u only, so we get u. So u equals to 1 upon mu into del p by del x into y square upon 2 plus c1y plus c2. Okay, so this is the equation of u, that is u equals to 1 upon mu into del p by del x into derivative of this y will be y square by 2 plus c1 into y plus c2. So now c1 and c2 can be found by the boundary conditions. Okay, so now as this fluid which is flowing between the two parallel plates follows the no slip condition. What is no slip condition? Means the fluid, the bottom layer of the fluid, or the layer which is nearer to the surface of the plate gets sticks with the plate. Okay, so this pink color is showing the layer of the fluid which is nearest to the plate, so gets sticks with the plate and its velocity becomes 0. Okay, so this is the no slip condition. No slip condition, that means at y equals to 0 we get u is equals to 0, and also at y equals to t we get u is equals to 0. In simple words, near the plates the fluid velocity becomes 0. Okay, that means at wall, first at y equals to 0 we get velocity equals to 0 because of no slip condition. Okay, so here as y is equals to 0 and u is equals to 0, by putting 0 we get 0 equals to 1 upon mu into del p by del x into 0 plus c1 into 0 plus c2. Okay, so from this equation we get c2 equals to 0. So we had obtained c2. Now we will move to find c1. Now at wall of the plate, that means at y equals to t u equals to 0. Okay, means y is equals to t means at upper plate, at y equals to t we get u is equals to 0 at the upper plate, and we had done y equals to 0 means at lower plate u equals to 0. So at y is equals to t, u equals to 0, so we will write here u equals to 0 equals to 1 upon mu into del p by del x into y square by 2, so it is t square by 2 plus c1 into t plus 0. Okay, so here c1 into t will be taken on one side and this on the other side, so we get 1 minus 1 upon mu into del p by del x into t square upon 2. So this t and this t gets cancelled, we get c1 equals to minus 1 upon mu into del p by del x into t upon 2. So this is the value of c1. Now substitute this in the equation number 4. So we get u equals to 1 upon mu into del p by del x into y square upon 2 plus minus of 1 upon mu into del p by del x into t upon 2 plus 0 here y. Okay, c1 y. So we have c1 equals to 1 upon minus 1 upon mu into del p by del x into t by 2 into y, and this is 0. Okay, so I will write it properly. U equals to 1 upon mu, taking common 1 upon mu into del p by del x, taking common we get 1 upon mu del p by del x, and this 2 also common, so it will be u equals to 1 upon 2 mu into del p by del x into y square minus ty. Okay, y square minus ty. So u equals to 1 upon 2 mu del p by del x into y square minus t into y. So this is the velocity distribution of the viscous fluid flowing between two parallel fixed plates. Okay, so from this equation we can say that u is the function of y square, because as 1 upon 2 mu and del p by del x are constant term. Here we have the variable y square only. Okay, so as the u is the function of y square, means the degree of y is 2, so the graph will be parabola. Graph of u versus y will be parabola. Okay, that means at y equals to 0 and y equals to t, if we put here y equals to 0, means in this equation we get u equals to 0, and also if we put y equals to t in this equation we get u is equals to 0. This indicates that at the wall or at the plates, that means at y is equals to 0 the velocity of the fluid is 0, and at y is equals to t the velocity of the fluid is also 0. That means the layer of the fluid which is nearer to the plates sticks with the plate and its velocity becomes 0. Okay, and as the degree of y is 2, so the graph of u versus y will be parabolic. Okay, so I will show. So this is the velocity distribution. Okay, these are the plates, that means first as y is equals to 0 and other upper plate as y equals to t. So at y equals to t we get u is equals to 0, and y equals to 0 we get u is equals to 0. And the maximum, if we put y equals to t by 2 in the above equation, we get u equals to maximum, that is u max. That means at the center of the flow of the fluid or at the center of the plates, the velocity of the fluid is maximum. Okay, so here at y equals to t by 2, u equals to u maximum. Okay, so this is the velocity distribution. See that graph. Okay, so now we will move to the shear stress distribution. Shear stress distribution. So now we have the equation of u, that is 1 upon 2 mu into del p by del x into y square minus t into y. Okay, now according to Newton's law of viscosity, we have tau equals to mu into du upon dy. Okay, so we have the equation of u, so we will put here. So u equals to d by dy into u is 1 upon 2 mu into del p by del x into y square minus t into y. Okay, as 1 upon 2 mu and del p by del x is constant, so taking out of the derivation, so we get 1 upon 2 mu into del p by del x into d by dy of y square minus ty. So this mu and this mu gets cancelled, so we get tau equals to 1 upon 2 into del p by del x. This derivative of y square will be 2y and derivative of t into y will be t. Okay, so tau equals to 1 upon 2 into del p by del x into 2y minus t. This is the shear stress distribution. Shear stress distribution. This is the shear stress distribution. Okay, so here we can see this del p by del x is constant and 1 by 2 is also constant. So tau is the function of y and also the degree of y is 1. So the graph of tau versus y will be linear. Here tau is the function of function of y. Okay, tau is the function of y. That means at y equals to 0 and y equals to t, put y equals to 0 in this equation, we get tau equals to tau max. And also if we put y equals to t in this equation, we get tau max. That means at walls of the plates, the shear stress tau is maximum. Okay, and at y equals to t by 2, that means at the middle of the plate, the shear stress, put here y equals to t by 2, so here we will get 0, so a tau equals to 0. So at the middle of the plate the shear stress is 0. Okay, I will show in the figure. So here at y equals to 0 and y is equals to t, that means at the plates the shear stress will be maximum, and at the middle of the plate, that is at y equals to t by 2, the shear stress is 0. I will repeat, at the walls, that is y is equals to 0 and y is equals to t, the shear stress is maximum, and at the middle, that is y is equals to t by 2, the shear stress is 0. Okay, so the graph of y versus tau will be look like this. Now as the degree of y is 1, so the graph of tau versus y will be linear one. Okay, so here is the shear stress distribution. So these are the plates, these are parallel fixed plates. Okay, these are the plates. So at y equals to 0 we get tau equals to tau max, and at y equals to t we get tau equals to tau max. So the graph moves like this. Okay, and at y equals to t by 2 we have tau equals to 0. Here we have tau equals to 0. Here we have tau equals to 0 at y equals to t by 2. So the graph moves like this. Okay, so these are the shear stress distribution. Okay, so that's all. If you had any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Like my channel, subscribe my channel for more educational videos, and in next video we will discuss about the average velocity and the ratio of average to the maximum velocity of this viscous fluid flowing between two parallel fixed plates. Okay, thank you.